Voyager 1 survived the darkness, crossed into interstellar space, and continued whispering secrets from the edge of everything humanity has ever known. For nearly 5 decades, it has drifted farther than any human-made object, carrying a golden record of our existence, silently documenting the universe beyond the sun's reach. But recently, something changed. After months of silence and a malfunction in its data system, Voyager 1 came back online. And the signal it returned wasn't typical. It didn't sound like data. It sounded like a warning. It was a steady, low-frequency hum, almost like a heartbeat resonating through the void. It was a subtle gravitational tug from an unseen force. And within NASA, a silence spread that spoke louder than any announcement could. This wasn't just another anomaly in deep space. This was evidence that what scientists have long feared, or speculated, might be true. The edge of our solar system is not empty. Perhaps it never was. For decades, Voyager 1 has been a silent hero of space exploration, a relic of human ambition and ingenuity. It has traveled farther than any spacecraft in history, surpassed all predictions, and continued transmitting as its systems aged beyond their design limits. But in late 2024, engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory noticed something unusual. The data being received from Voyager had become incomprehensible. Streams of clean scientific measurements were replaced with lines of raw, garbled noise. Voyager's flight data system, essentially its memory and processing brain, had malfunctioned. The probe was still sending a signal, but it was chaos itself. For 5 months, NASA worked in near total silence, unsure if Voyager could even understand the commands sent from Earth. Each communication attempt faced a staggering 45-hour delay, 22.5 hours for the signal to reach the spacecraft and another 22.5 hours for a response. Every adjustment, every attempt to regain clarity, was painstaking and uncertain. Then, against all odds, Voyager responded. On March 20, 2025, the spacecraft transmitted more than just a carrier signal, it sent information. Engineers celebrated, but the excitement quickly turned to concern. As the fragments of data were decoded, it became clear, something was wrong. The instruments were functioning. The spacecraft was stable. But the environment it reported was unlike anything models predicted. Something beyond the heliopause had changed, and Voyager had witnessed it firsthand. For years, scientists imagined the heliopause, the boundary where the sun's influence wanes and interstellar space begins, as a gradual, gentle gradient. Voyager 1's latest readings shattered that idea. What it encountered was no fading slope, but a chaotic wall of plasma, pressure spikes, and radiation bursts far more turbulent than expected. It wasn't a subtle shift in the solar wind, it was a violent disturbance. A zone where the rules of space bent, stretched, and snapped back with raw force. The most chilling discovery came from particle density measurements. Voyager recorded massive fluctuations, as if something were compressing the very fabric of space around it. The instruments detected a rhythmic oscillation, like a heartbeat resonating at the edge of the solar system. This wasn't static interference or a mechanical glitch. It was consistent, measurable, and grew stronger as the spacecraft advanced. The data suggested something profound and terrifying. The edge of the solar system wasn't just a boundary. It was alive, reactive, perhaps even aware of the tiny object crossing into it. Within this re-established data, a narrow band signal emerged, continuous, hauntingly regular, and low frequency. At 3 kHz, it was below the natural range of plasma wave oscillations. There was no message, no modulation, yet its consistency was unnerving. Voyager had detected a faint trace of this signal years earlier, but it was dismissed as background noise. Now, with improved processing and proximity, the signal was undeniable. It had always been there. Humanity just hadn't been able to hear it until now. What made it more unsettling was its uniformity. The signal didn't fluctuate with solar radiation or electromagnetic storms. It was constant, like a clock ticking quietly within the void of space. Scientists initially tried to explain it as a natural plasma resonance, But the signal grew clearer as Voyager moved forward, concentrated toward a specific sector. It wasn't just background. It had structure, purpose. And with that realization came the question no one wanted to ask. What if Voyager wasn't just listening to space? What if space, or something within it, was listening back? As engineers decoded the final telemetry, another anomaly emerged, perhaps the most unnerving of all. Voyager 1 was drifting, not from propulsion errors, not from hardware degradation, but from an external force. Its trajectory showed a slow but undeniable deviation. Something invisible, yet powerful, was exerting gravitational pull. The probe was being drawn steadily toward a region containing no stars, no planets, no detectable mass. It was as if an unseen hand were guiding it through the dark. NASA trained other instruments on this area, radio telescopes, deep space observatories, space-based arrays, but found nothing. No light. No heat. No mass detectable from Earth. Only darkness. And still, the pull persisted. Theories arose. A rogue planet, a wandering black hole, a dense dark matter cluster. But none explained the combination of the gravitational anomaly, the 3 kHz signal, and the turbulent plasma. Voyager wasn't merely falling into a gravitational well, it was being led by something beyond known physics. Back on Earth, the revelation sent ripples through mission control. Previously public updates from NASA's Deep Space Network became vague or heavily redacted. Engineers who once shared course corrections or minor system updates went silent. Press figures withdrew from interviews. Whatever Voyager had uncovered was now beyond the realm of public science. Insiders whispered about classified briefings and high-level involvement, as if this discovery straddled the line between science and matters of national security. Speculation spread globally. Some researchers suggested natural explanations, a condensed pocket of dark matter or a faint cosmic echo from the early universe. Others proposed more radical ideas. The signal could be artificial, the gravitational anomaly a reactive field rather than a mass, or Voyager had crossed a boundary into a domain beyond conventional physics. Even anomalies recorded decades ago by Pioneer 10 and 11 began to make sense, a prelude to what Voyager was now encountering. The most unsettling hypothesis came from a fringe group of astrophysicists. Voyager wasn't moving toward an object at all. It was moving toward a response. Its presence, its signals, its trajectory had triggered something ancient, an activation within the fabric of space itself. A mechanism or intelligence so vast that it only responds when crossed by an intruder like Voyager. The emotional impact of these findings is undeniable. Humanity has long relied on boundaries: Earth, the Moon, Mars, the heliopause. Space was a passive backdrop. But Voyager's discovery suggests that the universe may not be indifferent. If the edges of our solar system react to intrusions, the cosmos is no longer a playground. It is a system with parameters, rules, perhaps even guardians. Voyager 1, once a symbol of curiosity and courage, now floats as something more, a messenger carrying consequences as well as knowledge. Voyager 1 was never meant to return like this. It was a farewell letter to the stars, drifting silently through interstellar space. But against all odds, it spoke one final time. And its message was not reassurance, it was a question. What if the edge of our solar system isn't a boundary but a threshold? What if the silence we've interpreted as emptiness is actually restraint? What if Voyager didn't just observe the void, but was observed by it? The low-frequency signal, the gravitational anomalies, the turbulent plasma, they are more than data points. They could be warnings. Clues that the fabric of space is not passive, not indifferent. Beyond the warmth of our sun, forces older than time are watching, waiting, perhaps even responding. And now we must ask the question no one dares to speak aloud. Was sending Voyager a mistake? Was it drawn here by chance, or was it meant to find something we were never prepared to encounter? Is the darkness beyond our solar system simply empty, or is it something far stranger, something conscious, structured, and waiting? Voyager 1 has become more than a spacecraft. It is a witness, a messenger, and a reminder of humanity's fragile presence in the cosmos. Its whisper from the void is a call to listen, to question, and to confront the unknown. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the journey, because whatever lies beyond the edge of our solar system, the universe is not done speaking.